So what inspired you to write Tough Trip Through Hell?
I was inspired by some old family letters which had been passed down to me from my grandfather. The letters were written by S.B.B. Wilson from Virginia City, Montana in 1863.
And what led you to write, to create fictional characters that interact with historical characters living at the time?
I didn't have enough material produced by S.B.B. Wilson to make a novel, so I developed fictional characters which interacted with the real characters that I had letters from.
And how does it make you feel to see your unpublished novel becoming a lockdown theater production?
I'm very gratified by this. It's wonderful for an author to see characters that he's created come to life right in front of your eyes.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say?
Well, I'm just really happy to be working with such talented people to come up with such a fascinating project.
Welcome to Lockdown Theater. Tonight's final episode of Tough Trip Through Hell is the Showdown, Shootout. It's the 5th episode we've done here on Lockdown Theater. And you're watching a live broadcast on Lockdown Theater's YouTube page. We wish you all to stay after the production so that we can do a short question and answer session with the principals in the show. Enjoy tonight's episode.
Now, don't get yourself all trans-twistified. Here's what you missed last week on Tough Trip Through Hell.
Nuggets!
Rich, you dead.
I literally fell in the hole filled with gold.
Woo! Looks like Samuel's found himself a wife.
My child will be white as you.
And I accept.
Aunt says you're playing house with my property.
We have a fight. Winner gets the girl, $500.
Oh, you have a bet.
I've taken some rather unorthodox steps.
I think he blinked at me. Be gone, vile spirit. out there? When's it gonna start?
Strategy, my dear girl. The longer the delay, the more the thirsty mob is freely imbibing.
I still don't know how you think Hao Fan's gonna beat Red. I mean, that's gotta be Sheriff Plummer's biggest and meanest innocent.
I believe we've gone over this strategy before, Samuel.
Well, you mean the horse race?
Nice.
Precisely. Yeah, the bull. What is with the damn beast? Let the damn locks out all the time. He's almost trampled the butcher earlier. And they think he busted his spleen.
He is really quite gentle as long as he is not antagonized.
Yeah, besides that butcher's a son of a bitch.
Well, Tranquility out there. Look at her. Why's she out of her corral?
Well, because she and Pius are friends. Aren't they cute?
Today is a special day for me.
Oh, so you're finally going to take a bath.
I believe what Samuel is referring to is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Thank you. Hey, the fight starts again.
All right, settle down, everyone. Make sure all your bets are in before we start. Now remember, unlimited rounds, they fight until one submits or is dead. If a fighter is knocked down, take a half-minute break, and then back to it. Know the rules?
Yeah, come on. Kill him, Red.
Remember our bet. Winner gets Lisa Little Bear and $500.
Now in the blue corner, weighing nearly 120 pounds, soaking wet, the challenger from the Celestial Kingdom, a Chinaman of unknown talent and apparently a death wish, Hao Fan.
Boo! Take them out.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, you varmints.
Now in the red corner, weighing in at approximately 250 pounds, from Greenville, Mississippi, the champion, Aloysius Red Horton.
Woohoo!
Aloysius, what kind of name is that?
It's a family name.
All right, you two. The man's to fighting.
Oh, victory is certain.
I'm not so sure about it.
Oh, would you guys just quit your yapper and Hao Fan's already in trouble?
I assure you, Marthy, Hao Fan has the fight well in hand.
Shoot!
30 seconds, end of the round.
Tell your boy to stand still so Red can give him a proper punch and end this charade of yours.
Oh, I assure you, sir. Not only when we win, but it will be by a knockout. Now, if you care to make an additional $500.
You got it.
Wager is here. Hao Fan is trained in several martial arts.
Arts? Well, we need raw power. And a little luck, maybe. I don't know.
He got in a few of those karate chops or whatever you call them, but Red didn't even seem to feel as far as I could tell. And eventually, Red's just going to get him good, and then it's going to be over.
Oh, should we do something?
No. It's all taken care of, dear boy. You need not worry.
Finish him, damn it! Your boy ain't following the rules. You're just stalling, delaying the inevitable.
You recall there were not any rules, Sheriff.
What? Oh no! Ooh.
Agility, my boy. Agility.
Don't you see what's happening there, Zeke?
He will be fine, Martha. Everything is going just according to plan.
Oh, God, are you sure? Look at this.
Yes. Reminds me of the story of the monkey who defeated the lion.
Oh, boot! Mm.
Oh, I tell you, oh, it is going quite well, my boy.
Oh. This fight?
Yes.
How is Hao Fan taking so much punishment?
Oh, Hao Fan is trained in Kung Fu by the Shaolin priests back in his celestial kingdom. They are skilled in endurance and taking blows as well as delivering them.
That ain't fair!
No rules. All is fair in this match, girly.
I ain't your girlie. You want a piece of me?
Have that.
My shawl? What for?
To cool him down.
Now, that ain't something you see every single day.
Oh, I could not have predicted that. Not ever.
Red Shaw brought out some latent fighting instincts in Pius. This was not our plan, but we should not deny a stroke of luck when it appears. In any event, the fight is over. Red is definitely knocked out.
It don't count as a knockout in case you're wondering.
Oh, to the contrary. Indeed it does, Sheriff. No rules means no rules.
Bullshit. Now listen, I ain't gonna lose this fight and my wager on this rigged event of your design. You're nothing but a runaway slave, you dirty black bastard.
What?
Days gone by when I received these. This badge of honor, these old scars delivered by the whip of some thin-blooded son of the desolate and defeated South like you. I swore I would not take kindly to scurrilous racial epithets or stand idly.
You lost, Sheriff.
I shit.
You should be used to that by now. Hao Fan is still standing. Your man is not. Now pay up.
Might be the end of the fight, but not the end of the story. We shall rise again. And this ain't settled, Lisa.
And you, Sheriff, owe me for one red shawl.
Well, did you guys hear the good news?
What's that, Marthy?
Well, General Mar's dead. He was found drowned in the Missouri River.
I learned to like you. A little.
Oh, that's a start.
No more whorehouse. Only with you now.
Huh. That's great. Yeah, no more opium, okay?
Okay. And do we make a baby?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be okay.
Good.
I think this is the happiest I've ever been. Probably in my entire life. I mean, everything seems to be going my way finally.
Right back.
Another miner got shot out in front of... What is it, dear boy?
She was just gonna go to the bathroom and
She's dead.
I'm truly sorry, Samuel.
she was fine just a minute ago. Then I heard her scream.
That's broken.
What? No.
Likely one of the innocents.
Sheriff Plummer. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him with my bare hands.
That's not the past. I was wrong, dear boy. What's past is prologue, as Shakespeare wrote.
We will win.
How?
You see.
I am so sorry for your loss, dear boy. Seems as though you have created quite an enemy in Sheriff Plummer.
Oh, he's a murderer and a sore loser. He'll get what's coming to him.
Sheriff has no love for me, and he has lost a wager or two before, but, well, this anger he has directed at you is something beyond that.
Well, what do I have to live for now, huh?
Revenge to live for.
Hao Fan has informed me that the innocents have been instructed to arrange your death. Seems as though Ma Plummer believes you are some sort of bad luck omen for her son. Things have not gone his way since your arrival. Some kind of Yankee curse, she believes.
Good. I'm not leaving. Not until he's dead.
Yes, well, it's understood, dear boy. It's come to my attention that he has informed, well, he has information as to the whereabouts of my family. He wants to meet with me.
It sounds like a trap. Zeke, don't do it.
Likely, however, he has summoned you, not me, for a meeting this very day.
Where you been, Marthy?
Howdy.
She just arrived this morning. She shared a magnificent breakfast together with Wild Bill Hickok.
And how is our esteemed gunfighter?
They don't call him Wild Bill for nothing, I assure you.
And why haven't we met him yet?
Well, certain elements in this town would like nothing better than to see Wild Bill in a hangman's noose filled with lead.
You're likely to meet him soon, I reckon.
Oh, well, back to this meeting with the sheriff you were talking about.
A meeting? Did I say meeting?
Yeah.
Showdown or shootout might be a better word.
A showdown? Shootout? You mean with guns?
Why, of course with guns. What kind of shootout don't have guns, silly?
Now that Martha has returned, her services could come quite in handy in the terms of a countervailing strategy.
How so?
As a gunfighter, yee-haw!
Actually, I was thinking of something that utilizes your more delicate predilections. Yes, Hao Fan reminds me that this aforementioned meeting, showdown,
It's a shootout.
should be happening within the hour.
Within the hour. Now believe me, I want the sheriff dead. I really want, but I'm not a gunfighter.
Boy, fear not.
Well, maybe he's not much of a gunfighter, huh?
Oh no, he's a crack shot. He led a group of Confederates, and his mother, she's gonna likely be drawing a bead on you too.
It's time to formulate our plan.
Where did Hao Fan take off to?
He's taking bets on the outcome of your meeting, showdown with the sheriff.
Shootout.
Says the odds of your survival are.
Don't tell me the odds.
Fair enough.
Oh boy. Well, do you want me perched up on the livery stable, Zeke? I would have a clear shot at that.
I think not, Marthy. The sheriff is likely to have a spot by one of the innocents.
So from what I'm hearing, the plan is
Alternative approach to this dilemma.
no, but Your plan is that I get shot,
Oh,
right?
no, my boy. I shall return in but a minute, okay?
Oh, okay. Now where is he going?
I don't rightly know.
Oh, that's our plan, Calamity Jane? To wear that frilly get up while I get shot? No.
So your plan is for me to wear a dress to a shootout.
Not just any dress, my dear. It is my finest gown. Men simply cannot resist a woman in this gown.
Zeke, I mean, it's a beautiful gown and all, but I'm lucky to have all my curves busting out of that thing.
Precisely. Besides, Wild Bill is due to arrive in town any time now, according to Marthy. He will back you up should you lose your nerve, dear boy.
I never had any nerve to speak of. Just lose. What is it?
Time to go.
Sheriff's got a plan. The bug will be whistling another tune. Shoot him before
Help me
he
with
draws. Lightning fast is his hand. A reckoning comes quick in this land.
Haven't used guns in a while.
Well, this would be a good time to start again.
Simple. You shoot him with gun.
Thanks, Hao Fan. Now, how's this thing supposed to work? It's
You just leave it to me, Samuel. Now, look to me. I will signal you. When you were in the war, you will know what to do.
Did you take the bullets out of this thing?
Not exactly. Wild Bill will have your back. Seems as though we have hit a bit of a snag, though, on that aspect of our plan.
How so?
Well, Martha confided in me that Mr. Hickok is not actually arriving as planned.
What? Will he be late?
Well, point of fact, she admitted that she does not even know the man. Tales have indeed been all, my boy.
Oh, I'm a dead man walking. I have to confess something, okay? Zeke, I'm not a war hero, so to speak. In fact, I wrote reports for a colonel. Never fought a day in my life, truth be told. I'm nothing but a coward.
Well, do not despair, dear boy. You have courage. I have seen it. It's just hidden beneath self-doubt.
Son, I got a proposition for you.
Yes?
You can leave town now, never come back, and we can have us a showdown shootout. Your choice, life or death.
We make bet.
A wager.
He shoot you, you dead. He get everything.
Zeke? Is this true?
Thinking, dear boy, I'm thinking.
All right, and if you die, which you surely will, I get the livery stable, the livestock, your gold mine, and Zeke leaves town.
Absolutely. I agree to the terms.
Just to be clear, exactly what do I get if I kill you?
In the highly unlikely event, you'd get all the whores, including the Chinese whore, the whorehouse, the saloon, the hotel, and information on the whereabouts of Zeke's family.
Well, if you're dead, who's going to believe me?
Here is contract.
I see. It's all legal like. I'll sign it.
Yes, it is indeed a legal contract.
Seems like an easy decision, Sheriff. I'm not leaving, and you're gonna pay for what you did. I know why I hate you, Sheriff. Why do you hate me so much?
You're an irritant like most bugs. Like Mother says, you damn Yankees are all the same. In fact, you could be the coward who shot my brother in the back.
It wasn't me, Sheriff.
It's all the same. Now prepare yourself. Yeah, you can call draw.
Draw!
Rodney!
She saved me. She saved me.
Yeah, who needs Wild Bill anyhow?
Well, this calls for regaling and refreshment. The town is free from the plague that was Sheriff Plummer.
What about the innocents? And Ma Plummer?
Oh, once Hao Fan drops them off with the U.S. Marshal, there will be no trouble at all.
I'll kill all you Yankee sons of bitches!
Oh, no one want to hear that. Thing is safe, thank you. But you still an asshole.
Marthy, what took you so long?
Oh, well, I couldn't fit in this thing. It took Madame Dumont and 3 of the whores to get me in this getup. I still don't know it.
Well, my boy, Sheriff Plummer's reign of terror is over.
I might just live another day.
Yes. Well, the gold mine is still yours. Plus, you own his whorehouse, saloon, and hotel, and the whole damn town.
Yeah,
You have
I
won.
do.
You have won, yes.
But I lost Lisa Little Bear. The only woman that ever loved me. You know, I figure it takes more than one man to run a business. And what am I going to do with all of that gold? What do you say, partner? 50-50?
And of course, Madame Dumont gets the pleasure house. They're all independent contractors. And Marthy gets what she wants most.
What's that?
Well, Tranquility, of course. She's a beauty, and I love her.
Yeah. And a good share of the gold, too.
Yeah, that ain't bad. I'm not going to argue with you on that one.
I'm sorry the sheriff didn't live long enough to tell you about your family, Zeke.
Well, he may be in line anyway. Search goes on, dear boy. Search goes on.
You know, we'll likely be legends.
No, I don't think so. You don't know the whole story about me, Sam.
Well, what is it?
Although I've been known to spin a yarn or two, well, this is God's honest truth. I worked as a servant in the Jefferson Davis mansion.
The president of the Confederacy?
Yes, one and the same.
No, really?
I was approached by a Union spy and enlisted to help Surveyor Davis. See, I was not a field slave, although my whip marks are real. I lived
Slavery
in
is slavery.
circumstances than my enslaved brothers and sisters. I grew to like it, and I carry that guilt.
Well, slavery is slavery, Zeke.
Well, I came out west to escape the price of my head for being a spy as much as to find my family. Sadly, no one will know my story.
What do you mean? Everyone's gonna know your story.
I mean, well, I will not appear in any history books. Stories of my people are largely ignored, and now they will be in the future. Same goes for Hao Fan, at least a little bit. No one will write about us. But we did walk the earth. We lived. We loved. We died. And we did matter.
Come clean with me, Zeke. That was you in Manassas Junction, running from the Confederates, wasn't it?
Plowing up the earth,
I knew
American
it.
dream.
I knew it. Why didn't you tell me?
No more, you would become an honest man, and you were no coward anymore. You were a diamond in the rough, but I had to be sure.
Trust but verify.
Yeah, brought us together again. And I'll tell you that
quarters
this
and
was
shine is best to
Hello, everyone. This is the post-show discussion for Tough Trip Through Hell, the season finale. An amazing episode, and we're going to talk to the cast and crew about this. The Showdown Shootout was our final episode, episode 5. Let's introduce those cast members now. We have Nicole Lockett, Rose Ellis, we have Toby Gubert. We have Jeff Harada. Hi, Jeff. We have Rachelle Henry. And we have Tommy Hestmark, our sheriff. We have Jackie Narada. And we have the amazing Rico, our star of our show. On music, give her a nice hello. And last but not least, we have the inimitable. Introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, who's this? Is it me or is it Rick? I'm sorry.
It's you. I was
me.
thinking it was you.
Is it me? I'm Jordan Martin. I'm the technical director. The whole thing kind of comes out of my bedroom here.
No, Rick, please introduce yourself.
I'm Rick Walters, the director. Good job, you guys. Are you still there? Where'd you go?
We're gonna
I think we're getting a little bit
putting
of
this
delay.
together. A little bit of a delay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jordan, are we okay?
We're okay. We can hear you now.
Very nice. So let me start with Rico. How did you conjure a character from the ancient past and bring him into the 21st century?
Well, first of all, I just want to say it's an honor to be a part of Lockdown Theater's, I believe, third production, if I'm not mistaken. Third? Fourth?
Yeah, that's right.
Third production, yeah. Rachelle Henry, who plays Calamity Jane, brought me into the fold, recommended me, and I've thanked her many times, but I'd like to publicly thank her again for the role. Thank you. It was an honor to play this particular character due to the fact that you don't really hear a lot about Black cowboys back during the days of the Old West. Black cowboys did exist, and you did see them in some films, but you didn't see them like you saw a lot of the white cowboys. You didn't see a lot of Asian representation. And when it came to particular bits of representation, you saw a lot of stereotypes, especially in the case of the Asian representation. I don't want to get too deep into it, but one of the reasons why I felt really good about playing this character is to add to the fact that there were a lot of black cowboys back in the Old West, and to be able to portray that was very important. And for people who don't know, now you know.
Excellent. Rachel, Calamity Jane, how did you bring her to life? What was the secret ingredient to bringing Calamity Jane to life?
You know, what's amazing about Calamity Jane is that, you know, you see so many stories about her. There's so many different theories and legends about her. She was a real person, but so many of the historical facts are kind of blurred. You don't know everything about her. So there really is a lot to create for yourself and to go off of that. I kind of based the character a little bit on a mix between Jessie from Toy Story and also Ruth from Ozark. Those were two of my big inspirations for the character, because she is such a grounded, you know, she is independent. She is strong. She's capable. She knows what she can do. She also was historically known to be a very caring, loving figure. She always was willing to help people, and she didn't have any bias about people, which is one of the things I love about this story, is that, you know, she and Zeke are like a team, and, you know, she doesn't, to her, she's not seeing, you know, what everyone else is seeing. When everyone's making, you know, comments about Zeke, she is like, why are you treating him like that? He's, you know, a strong character. And so she, I really love Calamity Jane because she is such a caring person, but she also is a tough cookie, and she's always willing for a fight. She's a little bit rowdy and rambunctious, but she is quite a joy, and I've loved playing her. She's a riot.
Pistol.
Right.
Pistol. Although you're not holding a pistol, you're holding a rifle.
I'm on this. This is a rifle here. I didn't even name this thing. I should have given it a name.
Jeff, tell us about your character and what it took to create him in this world of Tough Trip Through Hell.
Well, sir, and kind of like to think about what Rico said of Asians in America. My grandparents were Japanese immigrants. My father's second generation. And Jackie and I just talked about this in a homework assignment she had of being a granddaughter of Japanese immigrants and Norwegian and Irish immigrants that came into Ellis Island years ago. But the factual part of Virginia City is we in Montana believe that the Masons in Montana stood for good order, and this was the story of Rico and Rick and everybody else being of good order. And we believe as Masons that we hung Sheriff Plummer in Bannock, true story. So we feel that as the right thing to do. And when Bruce requested or asked, I think he asked me to do this role. I think he told me to do it actually. But when we did this, it was thing that I could think that I could represent Montana, represent you know what we believe in Montana as the vigilantes were the original law and order, and that speaks with what I do right now. So law and order in early Montana days. So very cool, I think. Thank you, Mr. Estman.
Outstanding. Very interesting. I think I'll have a story to tell. There's the story behind the story. Nicole, how about for you? What did you use to conjure a character from, you know, over 100 years ago at this point?
Yeah, Madame Dumas is a bit of an enigma. She's got shifting loyalties and really is looking out for herself. But I also think she does care. She cares for Zeke, I think, a great deal. Oddly enough, there's a TV show called Jamestown, and there are the three main female characters in that show. I sort of used as a combination to Madame Dumas. She knows how to use her feminine wiles. She knows how to use her wit. She's sort of whispering in the ears of everyone to get things to go her way, I think, as well. And the real Madame Dumas, it was rumored that, she didn't even come from France, that she just made up this story about herself. And so it was really nice to sort of integrate that into her putting on airs to a pretty severe degree, I think, to the point where she even fooled herself into thinking she was this woman. So she was a lot of fun. I had some fun researching her, and I'd like to learn a little bit more about her if there's more about this historical figure. She's pretty fascinating.
Wow, incredible. Tommy Hestmark playing a sheriff.
Boo!
Fun. You're booing him, but it looks like he had fun.
Had a blast.
It was a blast. Tell me why. Why was it fun to play this character?
It's fun to be the bad guy. It's fun to be the guy that everybody hates and despises. I used a little Tony Soprano and a little bit of Heath Ledger from the Joker to kind of bring the ugly out in me. And as the episodes went on, it seemed like the sheriff kind of evolved into who he is now, and I'm pretty happy with it. It was a lot of fun working with these guys.
I never would have thought of Heath Ledger as the Joker. That's interesting.
Or maybe
use that ingredient in the character.
He's just sinister. What makes the sheriff tick is it's all about me. I don't care about anybody else, and it's about my money and my town, and who cares who I step on to get it.
Fantastic. I'll say now that our actors are all over the map. Even though I'm in Southern California and a few others are, we have people in Montana, people in Northern California, and so forth. So this is very much so a project that goes across the country, which we can do now because of Zoom. Rose, tell me about your character, please.
Yes, actually, Sheriff Plummer is based on a real person that lived, and the Innocents as well. The mother actually was created for this play, so I got to kind of make her up. And some of my friends might say it was typecasting. So I used a little bit of my own orneriness. And Ma Plummer, she lost a son in the Civil War, and I just imagine her living a really hard scrabble life up to her son taking over this town, and suddenly they have something to call their own. So I think her character, as mean and evil as she appeared, is just trying to kind of hang on to some kind of security. And she doesn't, at this point in her life, with all she's been through, she doesn't really care whose, grave she's walking over to keep what they have.
Fabulous. And I know you're coming from Berkeley, California. Upstate.
Yes, I'm wearing this Jefferson Davis pin, and I was afraid to let any of my neighbors see this, so I've been kind of hiding.
Especially in Berkeley, right?
Yes, especially.
We mentioned Jeff's in Montana, and we'll hear from some others. Let's go to Toby Gubert. Toby, yes. Tell me about your involvement in the show and how you came to create this character.
Well, my involvement with the show, Bruce Solheim is a colleague of mine. We both teach at Citrus College in Glendora, and he approached me, I think it was about 8 years ago, to be in his first stage play, The Brown Star. And Ryan was also in that too. And I've done a number of other projects with Bruce since then. My character, I just saw him as, with the other Innocents, I had seniority going back to our service in the Civil War. I saw myself as the sergeant, and white and blue were privates. So I had a little bit authority over them, but of course we were all reporting to Sheriff Plummer, who was our commanding officer.
Fabulous. Very interesting. Everyone has such an interesting individual take on the material and on the story, and coming from different areas. And Toby, just for full disclosure, I'm also in Glendora.
Oh, okay.
And have been a friend of Bruce for 20 years. And to Toby's point, Bruce Solheim put on a play called The Bronze Star. It was 8 years ago this month that it was staged at Citrus College. It was right during that presidential election period, which was Obama versus Mitt Romney. Let's go to Ryan J. Lyle. Please give me the information on how you created this role for yourself.
Well, it's interesting because this part had a dual personality to it. In the first 2 episodes, he was known as Blue to all of us. And then after he pissed off the sheriff for the last time, he was executed and then brought in his twin brother, New Blue. To really get the 2 different dual personalities for myself, I kind of looked to 2 different actors. I looked primarily at Sam Elliott for Blue, kind of like older gentleman. And even though Toby is essentially our superior in our trio, I didn't take any more of their nonsense. I was pretty much done with both of them until Blue ate it. And then in came New Blue, and this New Blue, he didn't want to make the same mistakes his twin brother did, so he did his best to fit in, but he was definitely sticking out like a sore thumb. So I actually looked to Walton Goggins as inspiration for that piece of role right there. I don't know why he had the certain energy I wanted to capture.
Those are 2 fascinating references, Walt Goggins and Sam Elliott. And Sam Elliott is like the modern version of the old cowboy character, isn't he, in many ways?
That's kind of what I was gunning for right there without going to the classic cowboys right there. Like, no, nobody can really personify those.
More of a modern one. I think he played a cowboy. Did he play he played one of the Earp brothers in Tombstone.
I believe he did, yes.
Let's jump to Jackie Harada. There's 2 Haradas in this show, so I'm guessing you're related. Tell me how the relationship works and how you got involved in the show.
Yeah, so Jeff is my dad. Him and Bruce.
There it goes.
Yeah. Him and Bruce were old Army buddies, and Bruce reached out to my dad to get into the play, and then he asked me to play Lisa Little Bear, which is a Native American woman. So it was cool to play her as a Native American woman as well, to kind of get that, like Rico and my dad said, get that representation out. You know, you don't really see a ton of Native American representation, so it was nice to play the character and actually you know, be a part of the culture and tell her side of the story, or tell her story of how she's a strong character. It's unfortunate she had to die, but you know, it applied to the storyline. So yeah, it's been quite the experience to be involved in this, and it was an honor to act alongside everybody here and be a part of the show. So thank you.
You pulled it off very nicely. You were completely believable as a Native American character, and I'm guessing you don't have Native American blood, but it worked. You don't have Native American blood, do you?
Oh, I'm half Native American, yeah.
Oh, you are? Oh.
Yeah, I'm Northern Cheyenne and Lakota Sioux. So my mom is my mom and her whole family are Native Americans.
Okay, so you have the blood.
Yep.
And you call Bruce and I old?
Old Army.
You're grounded.
I thought you were gonna say old too. Yeah, Bruce and my dad, they're old.
You did it so close to Christmas. Come on.
She's grounded when she gets home from college tomorrow.
Should have called you young Army buddies.
We're old. We're old.
Young
young.
Jackie,
young.
you gotta learn these things, girl.
You're shoveling the walk when you get home tomorrow.
No. Gotta put it in there. Gotta joke with you guys. Gotta, you know.
We have 2 more actors and 2 more behind the scenes people to do. Let's do Staggerly Cole. You've never broken character. You're standing in the exact position that your character the whole time, listening to everybody. So the question is this: do you bring your character home and to the grocery store and the post office and everything?
No, luckily not. Like Jeff and Rico and Jackie, I got to represent too, the dirty, gross, white, racist man. So I had to make sure everyone knew that. And yeah, I had it pretty easy, I feel, as I didn't have to represent a specific person, you know. So the gang of the innocents were a real gang for Sheriff Plummer, but I was also the youngest, so I felt like I could kind of be the more immature, wily, like Yosemite Sam, like, "Oh, you dirty varmints," you know. And so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun making the costume. Rochelle also wrote me into the show, like Rico, so thank you for that. Yeah.
And he spent his spare time making hilarious promo videos using that character. If you haven't watched them, you should check them out. They're very funny.
Oh,
funny man.
You're almost like the Gabby Hayes kind of Western character.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Who was made fun of in so many movies, but he originally did it. He did his little frontier dance. You're that guy. Let's jump last, but definitely not least, to Rick, who's also in character still and in costume, which is great. Tell me about your involvement in the production and how you developed what you ended up presenting, please.
Well, like all of these folks, you know, I was a guy during the quarantine with not a lot to do, and at certain times, you know, there were times when you spent a lot of time in a small space, and there were cries out in the dark on social media from different people to do different projects that it was really tough to get off the ground. And Bruce and I have known each other and have respected each other's work for several years, and he was talking about mounting a show. And I had read one of his scripts before for a stage reading, The Epiphany, and it was very well received. It was an amazing kind of ceremonious event, and that play went on to do great things. I didn't go with it when they staged it live, but I always knew at that point that Bruce and I would probably work together again because he's a great writer, and in this business it's hard to find somebody who does just one thing and just laser focuses on it. So I was excited to read a script, first of all, and he had talked about doing a staged reading on Facebook or maybe a Zoom call, and when it was still kind of nascent, believe it or not. And I said, oh, well, yeah, let's do that, and then let me call some other folks and see what else we can do with it. Thinking about virtual production, which is essentially what we're doing on a basic thing, but anyways, he gave me the script and told me a little bit about it. And you, if you watch at the beginning, you saw David A. Wilson speak about it. And he spoke about his great granddad, Samuel V.B. Wilson. So that's a real dude who, through the family, came down, you know, his legend. So I didn't know him. I didn't know enough about him. Even David said he didn't know enough about the situation. So he kind of fabricated it. But Bruce and I together came up with the idea, or not came up with, but loved the idea, the Scandinavian principle of janteloven. So this kind of miscreant comes from the East Coast to the West Coast to find his wife, so to speak. And it turns out he wasn't really looking for her. He was looking for himself, and he found it. He found it in this motley bunch of folks in Virginia City. So it was cool for me. I played him at first a little bit more of a rogue, and at the end, kind of like the little boy who is happy to be home on a Sunday with his family, and that's what it felt like. You know, the camaraderie between everyone in Virginia City in 1866. It's cool, man. What a trip. It's fun. It was a lot of fun to do. It's very, very difficult, believe it or not.
I imagine so. the technical aspects of the show notwithstanding, just the fact that you're alone, having to deliver a performance with others is not easy. Anyone who
Yeah.
thinks it's easy doesn't know that much about the creative process. It's very difficult what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
We all became experts in lighting and setting up green
Yeah.
screens. We're our one-person crew, cast and crew.
This is true.
And what's interesting is that the production prior to this, The Bridge, Rick and Tommy and I were the only actors in that one. But that one, it felt advanced at the time for that. We were pretty much just standing in place and maybe turning to the side, walking on and off, but no real movement, no drastic set changes, nothing like that. So this was definitely a complete flip to that. But it was also fun that we got to, do this production right after, because The Bridge was a very dark, heavy play. So it's kind of fun that we now got to work on our comedy chops for this one.
Let us jump to Dr. Bruce Solheim, who is the creative force, the driving force behind this entire production and many others that have been done. Tell me how Tough Trip Through Hell, not necessarily episode 5, but the whole show was to put together, and doing it with these wonderful performers, each being isolated in his or her own domicile. No chance to have rehearsals other than doing it online like this, and technical aspects. What was it like to conjure this whole thing and put it together like this, please?
Well, yeah, thank you, Scott, for hosting this after show talk and discussion. And I love all these people. These are people that have put 110% into their performance and their lighting and green screen and everything they mentioned, and working together with these technical challenges. And this whole thing started with my friendship with David A. Wilson, who is very, very ill, and he's suffering from Agent Orange related cancer. He was a Vietnam veteran, and his greatest dream was to get his novel published, Tough Trip Through Hell. And I came up with the idea that I was going to adapt it into a play, which I did, and that was about 6 years ago, and it's just been sitting there. And we did these other 2 productions, and I thought it was time for a comedy, like Rochelle was saying. And it was a very funny book. David's a very funny man, and he could have been a stand-up comedian instead of a reference librarian, which was his profession when he was working. So we were able to take it from a stage play that I'd written and transform it into what Jordan calls a stream play, which combines cinema, the movie making and video game technology and acting and everything combined. And Jordan is this technical genius, and we have also a hidden friend of ours named Cedric Legan too, who's kind of the Yoda of the group, I guess. And then we have Emma, who provided all the music and the score and the songs. And so it's just this, like with any theater project, it was a communal effort. And I'm so thankful, and David is so thankful to everybody here and our audience supporting us for doing this. And it was literally his dream come true that it would come to life like this. So that was my motivation, and also wanting to work with all these fine actors. And I'm looking forward to our next production and ones after that. We're just going to keep going with, pandemic, no pandemic. We're going to keep going because, the creative flow has to keep going. And we found a way to do it. And my message out there is to any community theater that is stalled and just sitting there, we can help you do what we're doing. I mean, we can help you out.
Thank you so much, Dr. Solheim. Emma, the music, a huge part of any production. Can you please tell us what the process was of creating the music, and then obviously performing the music, where you're doing so in your own environment? as opposed to an orchestra pit at a theater?
Yeah, creating the music is always fun for lockdown productions. I usually start out by just going through the script and then going through the script with the actors, and they do the read-throughs and a couple other rehearsals, and just kind of get a feel for where I naturally sense the music would be, or where the emotional spots are, or the big changes. And this is now my third production with Lockdown, and it's been a huge experience in growth, like from the first one to this one. I'm very excited about and proud of the music I did for this one, and I feel like as I go, I get more and more in touch with kind of what organization system I want to use and what kind of instrumentation I want to have, or lack thereof. One of the biggest challenges in writing music for a show I found is knowing when to leave silence and not just have filler music. So that's something I'm learning as well. And I've been doing that, like all of this music stuff from my own studio right here, with my harp and my keyboard, and my dog, and that's Opal. And Rick and I also are in a little band called Lucky and Sparks. We were the ones performing the theme song at the end, which is called 6 Feet Below. Bruce wrote that song, so that was also fun because we got to, I did get to collaborate with somebody not from afar on that song, and that was really fun to learn and record, and that was the first time I had ever played harmonica. So yeah, just a lot of different learning lessons. In the future, I would like to expand into, even if it's virtual, getting tracks from other musicians. So it's actually a musician playing a track rather than like a sample or something. And I'm on the journey to figure out how to do that. So, I would also like to give a shout out to Larson. I don't know how to say your last name. It's amazing. But Larson did all the mixing on the sound cues and music cues, and he did an excellent job and spent a lot of time on it.
Larson Hockenstad is his name.
Thank you, Hockenstad. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Emma's last name, Scott, just for awareness, is Rosticus. Emma Frost Rosticus.
Thank you.
It's Ukrainian.
Anyways, it's been a great journey so far, and I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed working with all of you talented people, and I can't wait to do it again. Thanks, Scott.
Fantastic. You guys all did such a wonderful job under very difficult, challenging, and unorthodox circumstances. You know, when do you ever do a play online with people all over places and put it all together? Let's everyone give a huge hand to Jordan for his putting this together night after night after night for the last several weeks.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, sir.
Jordan did an amazing job. I'm going to give the last word to Calamity Jane. Can you say goodbye and sign us off tonight?
All right. Yeah, sure I can. Yay-ha! Have a great night, you varmints. Be sure to check out the next production from Lockdown Theater. You don't want to miss out, or else I will draw a bead on you. All right. Howdy there. Have a good night, y'all. Yay-ha! Don't get trans-twistified, you hear?
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Scott. Bravo, everyone.
Thank you.
Beers on me.
All right.
That's
Thanks,
a wrap.
everybody.
Happy holidays. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, happy holidays.
Right.
Happy
Holidays.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Peace and love to all of you.
Stay healthy, stay safe, everybody.
Yes.
Love you all.
Bye. I'll
Love
miss
you
you.
guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Wash your hands. Wear a mask.
Don't go partying, you hear?
Yeah. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right, guys.
Keep the gatherings less than 10.
Jeff's gone to the dark side.